So today we are going to go over a little bit of chainsaw maintenance. My chainsaw here, we cut down lots of trees and chopped up a lot of downed wood and firewood and stuff like that. Chainsaw is getting a little dull. It used to throw great big old chips, and now it's getting to where it's throwing fairly fine powder. So that's an indication that the chain is dull. So I ordered a file kit. This is by Oregon. I got this off Amazon. And we'll put a link in the description below. Just so you know, if you do go to our click on that link and purchase, we do receive a small commission for that. So just a disclaimer there. I just went on Amazon and picked this out. I wanted to try it. I didn't want anything fancy. I didn't want any of the electric grinders or anything like that. This was about $18.99 on Amazon. Comes in a nice little pouch, and it's got 3 different sizes of files for different sizes of chain. It's got a flat file so that you can take your rakes down, and also if your bar gets a little burr on the edge after time, you can clean that up. It's got a handle. Did I already say that? I can't remember. I'm getting old. It's got a handle, and then it's got a guide if you want to use that, where you can put it on there. It helps you with the angle so that you get the right angle on the tooth. I'm going to try it without that. I'm not exactly sure which size this chain is, but there's the little wooden handle, and we're just going to try to match this up and see if we can figure out. That is not it. I think that one's a little small. I think this one's gonna be it. Oh, that's it. Fits right in that groove. Not too big, not too small, just right. So I'm gonna put this together. This goes in here, and just give it a little push to snug it up. That way you don't jab your hand with it. So on these teeth, there are one tooth faces one way, and then the other tooth faces a different direction. What you're going to do when you're sharpening this is you're going to stay, like I'm going to start, let's say I start right here, and I'm going to do all the ones that are facing this direction. Once I'm done with those, then I'll flip the saw around, and then I'll get the other side. Now this would be easier if I had a vise to clamp this in. I don't have a vise out here. So I'm just gonna wing it and try to hold it down as I go. We're gonna see how that goes. But what you wanna do is you wanna try to keep your strokes pretty equal. You wanna come in here, you wanna get your angle right. And also if you look on the good chains, there is a mark right there. I don't know if you can see that on top. And that shows you what angle that your file should be in relation to the tooth on the chain. So we're gonna put that in there. Like that one right there, and you want to kind of push back and give that about 3 slides. Take a look. That looks pretty good, actually. All right, we got that. We're gonna push that down. We're gonna do 1. And when you're doing this, you want to kind of push back, put pressure backwards into this groove. You want to make sure you don't put a lot of pressure down so that you're actually cutting down and not back into the tooth, if that makes sense. I'm just giving it about 3 good slides. If your chain is more wore, it may need more than that. And if you want to move the saw, it's easier if you just leave it in there, and you've got this rake right here. You can just use that to move the chain. It works pretty good. All right, so I just got to the last one, and some people will mark these with like a permanent marker or whatever. On this one, I can tell where I've sharpened and where I haven't because it's going to be shiny instead of black or dull, so it's pretty easy to tell which one that you're on. This is the first time that this chain has ever been sharpened, so there's no need. I don't feel anything on the bar. I'm not going to disassemble this. There's no burrs or anything that need to be taken off on this. I'm not going to disassemble anything and clean out the groove or anything, but after a little bit of time, you will have to take this apart, clear the dirt out of the groove, make sure that there's no damage or anything, and make sure that your lubrication hole is clean as well. Now I'm going to take the saw and I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to start with the other side here. All right, so So after you sharpen the teeth, you want to check your depth gauge or your rakes. And these are the little things that are in between each of the teeth. And I don't know if you can really tell, but your teeth are in an angle. They're not flat. They're kind of angled up like that so that they cut into the wood. This rake is a depth gauge so that you don't go too deep and the teeth don't cut too far, or the saw will stall out or it won't cut very efficiently. So, but as you sharpen these, you actually reduce the length of that angle, and they become shorter every time you sharpen it. So this particular kit comes with a little gauge that you just throw over. And what it does is it protects your teeth that you've sharpened first off. But if your rake stuck up higher than this, then you would take your file and you would just bring it down to this level. Now, since this is the first time this chain has been sharpened, we're fine. We're not touching. Let me just check another one here. Yeah, that one's below. Let's find another random spot. That's also below. So there's nothing that needs to be done to the rakes. So this saw actually should cut really good right now with everything done on it. So now the next thing to do is just try it out and see how it cuts. But that's how I sharpen my saw. So one other thing I forgot to mention earlier is this bar, even though it's got the label and everything is facing one way, these bars are bi-directional. So you can flip this over and run it the other way, so that you're probably going to get more wear on one side than you do the other. You can flip this bar over every couple of times so that you can equal out the wear on the bar and get a longer life out of it. Yeah, so we dug this tree up a while back with a stone bucket. So it's been sitting here since I just sharpened the chain. I figured we'd try it out. We're gonna just cut this up into smaller chunks so we can chop it up. This is oak, so this will make great firewood this winter. Chain's a little loose. So you may be telling yourself, well, hey Sean, what do you do with those chainsaws exactly besides cut down trees? Well, let me tell you. We use these to chop down dead trees that are encroaching on trails that may be endangering the cabin or something else. We also use it for clearing trails, clearing limbs and brush back from the pad, back from the trails, also back from our deer feeders, things like that. So we actually use them quite often out here. And I've got two different chainsaws. I've got my Echo 20-inch, and then I've got this little Ryobi 10-inch saw. This is the big boy. This one gets the big jobs. This one's the little baby boy, and it gets the little jobs like trimming little branches and stuff like that. It's not really good for anything very big, but it does a great job for clearing branches. If we take the side-by-side through and we're blazing a trail or trying to get through somewhere and there's a branch or something in the way, it works great for just taking down branches and things like that. So that, in a nutshell, is what we use our chainsaws for here at our ranch.
If you like our content, please smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, go have an adventure of your own. Bye.